The Region 6 RDC held its monthly statutory meeting yesterday. More from Jalissa Hines.
The Region 6 Regional Democratic Council held its monthly statutory meeting yesterday at the Council's boardroom to discuss various matters in the region. Chairman of the Region 6 Regional Democratic Council, Mr. David Armagon, addressed the issue faced by residents of Blackbush Boulder.
As I told you, the cash crop has been completely wiped off, and so farmers are now going back to the land to start cash crop business. Some rice has been damaged as a result of the flood, but rice growing is also taking place within the Blackbush Boulder area, and now they are requesting water. The water is dried up, and so they are asking that we bring some water from the Savannah backlands into Blackbush Boulder. Because the dams are so bad, they cannot travel on the dams anymore, so they have to use water transportation to get to their fields. So we have to make sure that the level in the trenches can accommodate boats.
He further elaborated on the issue of destroyed dams in the region.
Dams is going to be a big problem because all the dams have been completely destroyed, not only in Blackbush Boulder, but in every cultivation area within the region, and so it's going to take a massive amount of money to get those dams back in condition. So the Ministry of Agriculture, they're looking at it to see when we can start. Of course, we'll have to wait until it's completely dry before we can restart, but I have asked yesterday that the water not one, but our own one bulldozer that we have in the region be moved to Blackbush Boulder today, so that we can, some of the dams that are a little bit dry, we can start to push so that the people can use it. So those people who have rice growing and they have to take fertilizer and so, that they can be able to do that now.
Mr. Armagon then went on to state,
also, as I also said to you, assessment teams are going around to make sure that they can ascertain the level of losses that people made, and so government at some point will decide, as I said, what assistance they will get. But they will get some form of assistance to get back on their footing. Gaisuko too has suffered in the sense that Gaisuko canes, as I speak, they're still underwater. Albion Estates, and that's under threat, because if the water continues to be there for a little while more, then you know what implications it would have for the next crop. Because if the canes are wiped out, it means that the next crop will be wiped out, and we don't want that. So we're trying desperately to see how we can get the water out of the cane areas.
The chairman then disclosed the predictions of the weather and measures taken by the council as it relates to cash crop farmers who are willing to plant.
The prediction is that the weather will continue to be bad for the rest of July. The rains are expected to continue into July, and there will be some reprieve in August, September, and hopefully October, and then the rains will start again. So we had a meeting recently with farmers and stakeholders who are involved in the rice industry as to the way we will proceed with the second crop. And many of them, of course you can't stop the farmers from planting because they have expenses to meet, they have bank payments to meet. This is the weather pattern that is expected, and so if you're going into the crop, you're going into the crop at your own risk. I'll put the cutoff point, I think, 15th of July. So after that, people want to plant, it's okay, but you may or may not lose.
He then disclosed these details.
One area identified in Skeldon, which is behind Skeldon by the Sandaki area, which is it used to be a cane cultivated area, but it's now abandoned because Skeldon estate is not operated. But a lot of them were hesitant. They are saying that the cows are wild cows, and it's not very easy to herd them up and take them to any location because they run in helter-skelter. right? So it's not easy to get them in a group, in a herd, and take them to whichever location is there. What they do is just roam around the place, and those people who have rice very close to where they are, they get into the rice area and eat out the people's rice.
These are the measures implemented by the council to address this matter.
Try to make available materials to build the fence, the barbed wire and some posts, and so the cattle farmers will have to help themselves and the rice farmers too to cooperate together to help themselves to put together this fence so as to prevent the cows from coming into the rice fields and eat out the people's produce.
Reporting for Channel 8 News, I am Julissa Hines.